Well, hello there again, guys. Welcome to part 2 on the hammer chaparral. I wasn't going to shoot another video, uh, but I think this might be helpful to you guys, so I'm going to share it with you anyway. We changed the middle pickup and we changed out the bridge pickup as well. So, what I'm doing right now is I've got the wires coming from the middle pickup here. And as you can see, most of the white wires that are in this control cavity are going to ground. That's kind of a common thing. And usually the colored wire is the hot wire or the black, in this case on the humbucker. So what I'm trying to do here is figure out which pole to solder this wire to. I can't really remember which one went where. So what I've done, I've got a guitar cord plugged into the guitar, and we've got the multimeter hooked up to it. And basically, this is all you have to do is clip. I have these alligator clips hooked to my multimeter leads. It really doesn't matter which way you go with it, okay? And you want to set your meter to ohms, okay? Like this. That's a Harbor Freight meter. It's a cheapo, but it works good. It's good enough for what we're doing. So what I'm going to do, I have the white wire going to the ground terminal here. And what we're going to do is we have the switch in the middle position. So the bridge pickup is still there. Okay. Oddly enough, when you go to position 2, it's still there, but that makes sense now because in position 2, the next position back from the bridge, if the middle pickup was installed and hooked up to the switch, it would read different, probably about half of that. So let's go to the middle position, which this is the pickup we're trying to figure out where to hook the hot wire to on our switch. So let's touch it on the meter. Wow, first try. Okay, so if I touch it on this next pole, there's nothing. So this is the one that goes to the bridge pickup. We know that now just by grounding out one side of it and then touching the hot lead to the switch. Okay, so now, yeah, see, when I switch to, all right, here's my bridge neck pickup. I'll switch to position 4, let's call it. If the neck position is position 5, we'll call this one position 4. And you can see it pretty much cuts it in half. So what that does, what it's doing right here is you have less resistance when we have 2 pickups on. So in position 4, we have the neck pickup on and the middle pickup on. We'll go back to position 5, and we have just the neck. So we know that the switch is reacting right. We know we have our middle pickup hooked to the right pole. So there's the middle pickup on its own, 6 ohms of resistance. Pretty good. We're looking at about 6, a little over 6.5 on the neck. So our middle pickup's still pretty warm. That's not bad at all. It should sound good. So now that we have determined which pole to solder it to, we will go ahead and do that. And that only leaves one other option for the humbucker, so it should be pretty easy to figure that out too. Okay, so we're letting our soldering iron heat up here to about 480. And this is the terminal. We're going to be soldering the hot lead to the coming from the middle pickup. So we're just going to try to get that pushed through this soldering terminal here. And there we go. Okay, I'm just going to let it sit there for a second. We're still going to add some solder to it as soon as I find it. Okay, here we go. So we'll just get her hot. Usually you count to 3 and bang, there you go. Okay, so that one's done. And now the next move is we need to attach this ground. There's a few ways we could do it. We could actually even attach it, you know, to the back side of this screw post, but I think I'm just going to run it down here. There's a big gob of solder now. I've never replaced anything in this guitar, and I don't know what's going on here. I don't like the looks of it. I'm really not sure what happened. I don't ever remember working on this. Still has the original hammer parts, and that's the original switch. I guess it's possible that they would leave something like that, but I highly doubt it. I don't know. Maybe I just can't remember. Maybe I get in there when I was a kid, a young guy or something, and just can't remember. So, in any case, I think what we're going to do is just go ahead and solder it to this big ball of whatever, ground, I guess we'll call it. All right. Yeah. It'll be good enough. There's really not much I can do. I was going to try to clean some of this up, but it's just a guitar, and I just want to play it again, so that will work as ground, as good as any other ground. Okay, so we have that one established. Now, I'm going to trim that off in a second. I think what we should do now is just test it and make sure we're getting a signal before we move on. Okay, so I've switched the toggle switch, 5-way switch, to the neck position. We're going to click it back one position to whatever position 4. You can see it basically splits it. Now we'll go to the middle pickup. So 5.98. It seems like it's dropped a little bit, but you know that. Oh, there we go. Sometimes just turning the knob a little bit will change things. So we got a pretty decent pickup there, like I said, and we know that we have the switch hooked up correctly because there's the neck, position 4, which is the neck and middle pickup together, and there's the middle on its own. So now we got to install the wire for the humbucker and hook that to this post on the switch. But we will test it before just to make sure. So let's get some more jumpers and we'll just check it one more time. Okay, folks, so what I've done here is I've hooked 2 jumpers, white and yellow, to the wires coming from the bridge pickup, and we have the white wire as the ground, so we have that hooked here, and the yellow wire is hooked to the pole or soldering terminal on the switch. And right now we are in the neck pickup position. We'll go back to position 4, middle position, position 2, and the humbucker on its own. So in position 2, you have the humbucker and the middle pickup, which is a lot less resistance, and there is the humbucker on its own. So we know we have the right terminal to solder the bridge pickup hot lead to. So what we will do next is hook the white wire to ground, and we will hook the black wire to the switch. Okay, let's do it. Okay, guys, so we want to get this black wire up through this soldering terminal right here. I think there's still a piece of wire stuck in there and some old flux by the looks of it. Stuff can smell pretty nasty. Alright, so I'm just going to bend that up at a 90, a little more, so I can try to get it poked up through there, which sometimes can be almost impossible, but just do our best. All right, maybe I'm going to go down through. Might be easier. I can see things a little better, so there we go. Now we want to get rid of this old solder. Okay. I think I can live with that. Yeah. Okay, so now we need to ground both of these white wires, so let's see if we can just do it together. And we'll just tie them to one point. And sometimes in a case like this, I'll even just run a short jumper off it. I hate to splice things, but I think I'm going to be able to reach it in this case. So let's see if we can get it tagged right there. Okay, so I want to get this big ball of solder hot and see if we can just kind of droop our wires down in there. All right. I'm going to let her sit there for a second. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure that is also ground. Okay, so yeah, that all looks fine. I think we're going to be in good shape. So let's test everything out one more time before we put the covers back on. Okay, so we're going to hook the jumpers up here. I wanted to add two. This is all I'm doing. I just got a guitar cord plugged into the guitar and a couple jumpers going to the leads of the multimeter, okay? And it doesn't matter which way you hook them up. It'll work either way. All right, so let's go right to the neck pickup. We'll call that position 5, and then we'll go back one position, which would be the neck and middle. There's the middle on its own. There is position 2, which would be the middle and the humbucker. And there's the humbucker. Okay, now that looks a lot better compared to what I had. It still kind of boggles my mind that the middle and bridge pickup, I could still get a little bit of sound out of them, enough to play and hear it. And you couldn't get any readings with a multimeter. So they definitely are gone. And we should be in good shape with the replacement here. All in all, I think we're going to probably just put it back together at this point, and I'm going to go get the bench cleaned off, and later on I'm going to shoot a sound demo of this guitar again. I'm sure it's going to sound completely different than it did for the past 10 years, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm glad I took the time to fix it, and I really hope this info helps you guys out, in your quest to rewire your own gear and that kind of thing. And, like I said, that's a good way to test your pickups and to try to find out which pole to solder your pickup to. So if you know you're in the middle position and you ground one wire and you keep putting one on each pole, and finally it's going to show on your multimeter, and then you'll know where to solder the wire. It's pretty simple if you think about it like that. I know at first when I used to do this stuff, I'd look at those switches and I would just gasp, But it's not really that complicated, and there's easy ways to diagnose them as well. So thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you're all doing really good, and I hope this information really helps you along the way. Welcome to all the new subscribers, and thanks for checking out my channel. We'll have some more stuff coming up soon, guys. We'll see you really soon. Be good. Okie doke.